to another STEM with Miss Dubois video. In today's video, we are going to go over how to use parameters in Fusion. Now you might be wondering, what is a parameter? A parameter is any set of physical properties whose values determine the characteristics or behaviors of something. Basically, it's a value that determines how something acts and what it looks like and all the other small things about it. And a physical property, I have a whole video on what physical properties are linked below, so if you do not know what a physical property is, watch that video linked below. Now, let's get into how to use parameters in Fusion. So, as I stated earlier in this video, I am following Project Lead the Way's Introduction to Engineering Design curriculum, and I am specifically following 4.1.2 CAMs Make the World Go Round. Now, I say all that because I'm actually going to veer a little bit off from the lesson plan of how Project Lead the Way wants its teachers to do this, because in this video, I'm going to explain how to change parameters in Fusion and how to use parameters in Fusion. And to me, the curriculum just goes over stuff that's a lot of reading and not a lot of doing. And I want to show you guys how to do this and then how to read this, edit this, so forth. So I'm just going to go slightly out of order, but that's just because that's how my brain would want to teach this and so forth. If you are a teacher and want a worksheet teaching this curriculum, that will be linked below. Feel free to use it because if I'm going to make it, might as well share it with everyone. And yeah, now for the students and for all that stuff, let's lock in and let's explain how to make and change parameters in Fusion. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to go to Modify. That's towards the center top of the screen. And you are going to click at the very bottom, Change Parameters. Perfect. Now you're going to click this plus sign, and you might get a box that says like text parameter or whatever. Just click out of that. That's okay. That's normal. And this is where you give your parameter a name. So for this, we're going to do namdia. I recommend doing this in all lowercase if that's how you type, because doing random uppercase letters is going to make it tricky for when adding parameters into your models later on. Now you are going to make sure your unit is in inches. I would do whichever unit you are more comfortable with. If you're watching this from abroad, your units might be the metric system, but I am filming this in the United States of America, so I'm using inches. The expression for namdia is going to be 2.5, and then I'm going to type this in as nominal diameter, so forth. Great. So I really want to emphasize that this parameter is used to describe a cam, but it's not going to be the measurement value of the cam, because that might change. And you'll see that as we make things in Fusion. A parameter is basically a set of physical properties whose values determine the characteristics or behaviors of something. So basically, it's just a value that you assign to something and that physical properties that are associated with that or connected to that. So we have this, and now we're going to click Add User Parameter, and we're going to type this in as axle dia, and this is going to be 0.25. And I type in my note, axle diameter, and I click OK. I like these comments because it helps keep me on track for what I want in case I refer back to this model ever, and also I might forget. I click OK. Great. Now, let me show you how to use this. If you are a teacher or watching this, this is where I veer off from the curriculum. So we're going to click Create Sketch. It doesn't matter which plane you click, just click that plane. And we're going to click Center Diameter Circle. And I'm using this model right here, as shown in the image on the screen, with the thing. I'm going to type in namdia. I press OK. It gave me my value. Amazing. And it's that easy. All you have to do is type it in. So instead of typing in numbers, you just type in the whatever you gave your value or whatever you named your parameter. We're going to do this again. We're going to click Place Center Point, and we're going to make this our axle dia. So I click that. Brilliant. Amazing. I have that. So we just made a circle cam, which is basically a cam that is in the shape of a circle, in case you couldn't tell. But I want to show you how we can manipulate these parameters and how these parameters are really helpful because it keeps everything consistent and have a baseline. I'm going to click Pan, or you can just click your mouse and do that like this, but I don't have a mouse. I press Enter, and now I'm going to click Create. Now let me show you how to make a pair cam similar to the one we made in the previous video where I show you how to make a paracam in Fusion, but this time we're going to use parameters. So I'm going to click center diameter circle, and I'm going to click this as my center point, and I'm going to press nom dia, or type in nom dia, but I'm going to have this divided by 2. That is my diameter of the circle. I press OK because I just panned it a little bit. So now I'm going to have 2 lines. It does not matter how. This is a little bit different than how I did it in the video before. That's okay. I'm just clicking line and line. Okay, great. I'm going to click line again, but this time I'm going to make it a construction line. So I'm going to make this my center, and then I'm going to type in nom dia divided by 2. I press OK. I press enter. I'm going to trim that because that was a mistake, which is totally okay. It's totally part of the process. We're allowed to make mistakes. Be nice to yourself when you make a mistake. I'm going to click out of construction, and I'm going to type in or click center diameter circle, and then I'm going to do nom dia divided by 4 because that's what the value of this model that I will insert right here is saying to do. I press enter, and now this is where I do my sketch constraints. So I'm going to click this right here, and I'm going to click that right there. Perfect. This is going to look very different than our last pair model, but that is totally okay. So I'm going to do this again for this line. Click that, and then click that. And I want to move this line. I press OK. But I want to make sure these lines are actually touching the paracam on both circles. That is a big deal right here. So press OK. I'm going to click Finish Sketch. No, I'm not going to click Finish Sketch. I'm going to do center diameter circle. I'm going to click Pan first. And then I'm going to click center diameter circle again. And this is where I type in my axle dia of 0.25. And I do it like that. Now this is where I'll trim it to make everything look pretty. So trim, 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 trim. And we don't need this. We're going to trim that. We're going to press enter. We're going to click Finish Sketch, and there we have it. We have a paracam. Now this does look very different than our previous paracam, so let's change it. Let's tweak it, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to click Edit Sketch, and we can click on this value right here, FX, and instead of doing it nom dia divided by 2, we can just have it nom dia, press enter, and now we have a paracam that looks a lot more similar to our previous paracam. And that's kind of how you can change and edit the parameters and stuff. We click Finish Sketch. And I see one extra thing that I don't love. I see this extra curvature right here, so I want to tweak that. So I'm going to right click. It does it for me. And I'm going to trim this and this. I click OK, Finish Sketch. And there we have it. We have our paracam and our circular cam. And that is how you can use and manipulate parameters in Fusion. So let me show you how to even extrude with parameters. All you do is click extrude. You click on the cam that you want. And instead of typing in that value, you just type in nom dia or whatever you want it to be. You press OK. Voila. So now what I want to do next is I'm going to show this sketch again because I want to do the same thing over here, right? Click extrude, click this, type in nom dia, and there you go. So basically, anytime you want to insert a value, all you really have to do is just type in nom dia or type in the parameter that you want to set place. So let's see this with a pre-existing model, right? And you might be wondering, what pre-existing model, Mr. Bois? Well, that's the best part. I can show you how to do this with our paracams that we made in the previous video. Click save. I already saved mine as something. Save it as whatever you want. It's not that important. So now we're going to click show data panel. And as you can see, I was practicing, which is totally okay. And what we're going to do is we are going to right click on PearCam. We're going to click copy and click it in any, and put it into any project you want. Click copy. And it came up again because I was already in that project. I'm going to rename it by clicking rename. And I'm going to name this parametric pair. And I know this one is the one I'm using because it's from this time that I'm recording this video on. And now I'm going to click open. I'm going to click X out of this. There we go. Great. So now let's go to modify. We're going to have to change some parameters again. So I'm going to speed record this, so my voice is going to go off, but if you're confused as to what I'm doing, watch earlier in the video, click OK, and now I'll speed record starting now. Okay, so I didn't add the comments this time because I didn't want to waste too much of my time as I recorded this video. But now what I'm going to do is look at this, and I'm going to look at my sketches, right? Similar to the values that we just made, making the PearCam with the diameters, right? But we can actually edit this, right? So how do we do that? Well, it's simple. All we have to do is right click, and you just type in NomDia. You right click, and you can just do NomDia divided by 2. And this is how you edit your parameters, right? So I forgot the original value of this. Okay, so this would be axle dia, if I wanted to. Or that's still wrong, actually. So we can do axle dia times. Oh, no. So this one's also going to be NomDia divided by 2. And now this will be axle dia. Press enter. Amazing. We have all these things in place. We're going to click extrude. With this, we can rename it. So for this, we can just click it and type in NomDia. Press enter, click OK, and there we go. We have our parameters. And that's it. We have a PearCam. But we just simply added our parameters and made it a little bit different than how it was before. But yeah, so we click save because we already saved it as parametric pair. And yeah, that is how you change and edit parameters in Fusion. That was how to use parameters in Fusion. I'm Sam with Miss Dubois. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day and a great life. Bye!